In 2007, we had one of the best years in gaming. The Orange Box, which I consider to still be one of the greatest values in gaming. Assassin's Creed, the open world adventure game that started an entire franchise. BioShock, which was the beginning of an amazing story that led on for 3 titles. And yes, there was some ups and downs throughout that series, but it was still an amazing game. You also had one of the biggest games that year, Halo 3, the game that a lot of us were all waiting for as a Halo fan. But this was the first year I ever picked up a Call of Duty title. I had never owned a Call of Duty title from the past. I was never part of the World War style gameplay. And Modern Warfare was my first ever Call of Duty game. And it was amazing. Between the story, the characters, and the unbelievably addictive multiplayer, I was hooked. But then, as years went on, I played many Call of Duty titles, and I've enjoyed most of them up until about Black Ops 2. That was the last game I kind of enjoyed, and the only reason I bought that game in the first place was for the addictive zombies mode that me and my friends would play on the weekends. But there was one title that always stuck out to me, and one that will always be having a special place in my heart. Call of Duty World at War. This game had an excellent campaign, great multiplayer, and it was the first game to introduce the zombies mode. Now, the question is, will bringing back the classic Call of Duty feeling of boots on the ground and World War II weaponry bring back the franchise? Or will Activision and their greedy ways kill it slowly like a cancer? So why am I talking about Call of Duty World War II? Why would I care about Call of Duty World War II? I'm a Halo channel. I'm a Halo guy, right? Well, I used to be a big fan of the Call of Duty franchise. I enjoyed all of the Modern Warfare series. I enjoyed a lot of Treyarch's games, including World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. Why am I talking about this now? The series has gone downhill, it's become microtransaction city, and why do I care? I guess it's because I used to be a big fan of the game series, and I used to enjoy it a lot. Back during Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then you even went to World War II with World at War, and then you had Modern Warfare 2, which were all great games. I used to be a big fan. I used to reach higher prestiges, and now I can't even be addicted to the game enough to even get to Prestige 1. And that's the God honest truth. It's just not fun anymore. And I would love to get back into that groove and actually have a Call of Duty game that I can enjoy. Something that has an excellent single player campaign. Something that has a well balanced and fun multiplayer. And hell, maybe throw in some zombies while you're at it. But it would have to be a fair game. And what am I talking about? It can't have weapons in your loot boxes, or wherever the hell you call them, supply drops, because that is what ruined Modern Warfare Remastered. Because that is exactly what ruined Modern Warfare Remastered for me. Whenever they came out on stage and said, we are going to be remastering Modern Warfare, you guys remember that game that basically started all the hype around our franchise? Yeah, that game. That's the one that got you all hooked, right? Well, we're remastering it. It's going to have the full campaign, and it's going to originally have 10, but the rest of the maps will come later on, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And hey, you know, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be the classic Call of Duty you've been hoping for. And then about a month into the game being out, it got boring because we didn't have all the maps yet. So we waited with our thumbs up our ass, just doing nothing. Then about, I think it was 2 months in, they announced, hey, we're bringing supply drops in. And at first we were like, okay, why? There wasn't supply drops in the original game. Why are there supply drops now? And they said, well, it's nothing big. All it is skins. All it is camos. And we're like, okay, that's fine. I'll just earn them. I'll just earn them by playing the game, getting the little depot tokens or whatever the hell they're called, and hey, I'll just get some skins. Then, I think it was a month after that, and I did a video on this, card right up in the top right corner if you want to check out this video. But then they added guns. They added new weapons to Modern Warfare. That was a slap in the face. That truly was, because it was basically at that point pay to win. And a lot of people have said this in the past, including Call of Duty commentators. And the thing for me is, that's stupid. That is belligerently fucking stupid. I can't say that word, I'm sorry. But it's stupid. Because, in all honesty, I loved the original Modern Warfare. I don't need new guns. I don't need to be throwing my fucking wallet at you to be getting new guns that weren't in the original game. You guys don't need to be supporting this shit. It is literally saying, fuck you, we don't care about you, just give us more money and we'll give you a virtual gun so you can be the best. Because that's what they say. They always say this in their advertisements. Improve your game, advance your skills by spending more fucking money. And that is just a slap in the face, and people are just too stupid to see what they are giving into. And you know what? Over time, I've unlocked some of these guns using my depot tokens. And you know what's really sad? They are extremely overpowered. I've played matches with one of the first guns that they had from the depot, from what you can unlock using your depot tokens, and I used that gun. And I went on a 10-player kill streak my first time fucking using it. And people were saying it should be banned from competitive play, even though Call of Duty is not a competitive game. That argument's been said a million times. Yes, you can play it competitively, but I don't consider it a competitive game. But people wanted it banned. People did not want it in tournaments or in competitive play. Like, people doing game battles and stuff like that didn't want this gun to be usable because not everyone could have it. And I totally agree with that. I don't even think it should be in the fucking game because it's overpowered as shit. And just this past week, they introduced their whole summer lineup, right? They did Beach Bog or whatever the hell it is, and they brought the Rangers from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 into Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Yes, they took the guns from the game, from the sequel that started dual wielding, and brought it into the original. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Because that is literally adding something to the game that was never even there. Dual wielding wasn't introduced until Modern Warfare 2. And it's just fucking mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing that people haven't given up as much of an uproar about this and haven't talked about this and haven't boycotted the game. It drives me insane. And I'm afraid that's going to happen to Call of Duty World War II. I'm afraid if they have supply drops in Call of Duty World War II, yes, it's going to start out as camos, as skins, and it's going to be the stupid fruity crap that we get with these skins. They look stupid in my opinion. Like, I understand these skins being in games like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, so on and so forth, but a World War II game that was a serious war does not need these stupid fruity skins on our guns. Like, it's cool and all, and you know, even in Call of Duty World at War, we didn't even have camos for our guns. Like, I cannot imagine holding a Thompson and it having friggin' polka dots and shit on it. Like, I can't imagine that. And if that's true, I'm gonna lose my mind. But the fact is, if supply drops come into Call of Duty World War II and they aren't just cosmetics and they are basically new guns, like, let's say, oh, just for the hell of it, because, you know, they seem to take timelines and just mash them apart and take both of them and smash them together and say, oh, it's okay. It's totally okay. Let's say that we were playing Call of Duty World War II and you open a supply box and you get, let's say, an M4A1. That doesn't seem right, does it? No, that assault rifle came out many years later. And yes, I do totally understand, you know, it's a video game. Stretch your imagination. Have fun with it, right? But I want to play a World War II game. I want to play a game where I feel like I've just got a Thompson or a, you know, an M1 Grand, I believe it was called, and I'm in the trenches and I'm using what was there at the time. I don't want them pulling a gun from Infinite Warfare or some of that garbage and throwing it into a loot box so someone can get it, because that is going to ruin the game. That is going to ruin the classic feel of Call of Duty. And if that is true, if they plan to do this, I will not be buying the Seasons Pass. I'm going to be buying the original game. I'm definitely going to, because I want to play the campaign and I want to play the multiplayer. I will not spend a single dime in microtransactions. And hell, if there are weapons in those boxes with the depot tokens or whatever you want to call them in World War II, I won't even buy them. Those points will build up because I'm going to be playing the shit out of that game. And then, if I notice that there's a bunch of weapons that the only way you can get them is by buying that, then I'm not going to play the game anymore. I'm going to go play other games. Because guess what? I have literally, let me open my Steam right now. Let's open up. Waiting for it to open up. Why is it not open up? God damn it. You're taking too long. Jump cut. Okay, as we speak, I have 372 games on Steam. 372. I could be playing any of those games. I really want to play this game, but hey, if they're going to slap me in the face and say, fuck you, give me money, then I'm going to say, no thanks, fuck you, I'm going to take my business elsewhere. And I suggest anyone else who is listening to this video, who is watching this video at this moment, do exactly the same. Because I want you to know, I'm not going to end up like some of these Call of Duty YouTubers. I'm not going to end up like T. Martin, who is a scumbag son of a bitch, in my opinion. I'm not going to end up like WWII. Even though I watch his videos from time to time, I'm not going to be basically the front man for Call of Duty, because literally that's what he's been doing, and even he doesn't like Infinite Warfare. None of the Call of Duty YouTubers like Infinite Warfare. You know, no one's playing it. Even WWII has said, I'm not playing the game, I'm playing Modern Warfare Remastered and everything else under the sun except for that game. And I'm going to take my business elsewhere, because you know what? There's a lot of games coming out this year, and I have a lot of games to catch up on, including this week we have Crash the Insane Collection. And hell, I would rather spend a lot of time on a classic game that doesn't add microtransactions than a game that's supposed to feel classic but then tries to steal my wallet while I have my back turned. So, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked the video, hey, go ahead and leave a like. If you dislike it, go ahead and leave a dislike. Hey, also, if you do leave a dislike, let me know why. Do you disagree with me? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. You can also hit me up on Twitter at GamerJlee. There will be links down in the description to all of these, including my Twitch channel and my Discord, which if you come in there and you ask politely, I'm sure that someone will add you to the regulars chat and we can have a discussion, because that's what I love to do. I love to have discussions with my community, and I love having discussions with you guys, whether you're new or old or whatever the case may be. I love having conversations and debates about what is best for gaming. And maybe I'm wrong, but in this time where companies are becoming more and more greedy and we don't know who we can trust, I think I'm on the right side of this. I really do. But maybe you can prove to me otherwise. So guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in about a week now, and I hope that you got your fill with this one. So thank you guys so much, and as always, GamerJlee signing out.